Welcome to the 2A Patriot Ranch, where freedom rings and liberty stands, no need to flinch. Deep in the heart of the American soil, this is where we train, where we sweat and we toil. We run drills on tactical defense, honing our skills with a precise cadence. Rifle marksmanship to hand-to-hand combat, leave no stone unturned, that's a fact.
What is up, 2A Patriot Ranch family? We are back at the ranch today, bringing you another crazy review. This time, for the first time, Olight has just released a red dot optic for pistols. We're gonna throw it on a gun and show you what's up with it. Stay tuned. All right, guys, let's open this package up and see what's inside. This is exciting. We're going to use our nice Cobra Tech knife here. Open this thing up. Throw that off to the side. All right, let's see what we got here. We've got what looks to be like a recharging housing here. Pretty cool. And then we've got this light. This is an interesting looking light. I'm excited to put it on something here. Let's see what else we got in here. Take these, stick them over here. All right, we got a user manual. Not going to read that. Got some screws, a little carrying baggie it looks like, and a charging cable and a tool. Also, that came with it is this adapter plate, so it looks like you can put this on a rail. All right, let's get this thing put on a gun and go from there. So today, Olight, the company that brings you all kinds of weapon lights and flashlights, is launching their new red dot optic called the Olight Osight. They sent this out to me to take a look at before it got released and give some feedback. Today we have it on a P229 Pro. I have to say, form factor of it is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you can see just how absolutely beautiful that is. It is a 3 MOA dot. It has brightness settings on the side, elevation, windage, and then on the top of it here, you see this little metal pad. That's actually where the optic charges. And we'll get into that here in a second. The brightness levels, I will say this thing gets darn bright for a 3 MOA dot. And it's crisp and clear, no real distortion around the edges at all. Slight bit of blue tint to it, which you're going to see on almost every single kind of red dot optic like this, because you're looking at curved glass. So in order to get the red dot to reflect back to you, they have to put a little bit of a coating on there so that you can actually see it. Also with having the curved glass, there is no such thing as true no magnification. When you're looking at a piece of curved glass, you're always going to have a little bit. So sometimes when you have that dot focused right on a small object, you're going to see a little bit of distortion, a little bit of magnification on that optic. Let's take a look at the charger. So this cool thing here, this little housing, is a charger. It has a USB-C on the back of it, And then it also has, on top of it, a charging indicator. So you take this little box, you stick it down on top of here, and then if you look, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it or not, but there is a like oscillating charge symbol on there. So it'll tell you how far the battery is charged. Pretty cool. I've never seen anything like this before. Really easy, so you don't need to take the optic off at all. You just pop it off, slide it back down, pop it on. You can see the charge level. Mine is at about 50% right now. This was right out of the box. And then you can plug it into the wall using this USB-C on the back. It's also kind of a nice protective housing for when you have your firearm in a bag or something like that. So you saw when we opened up the box, there's all kinds of little goodies in there. It has this little 4-compartment, like pill container looking thing. It has a bunch of different screws. You have 440, 632, M4, and M3.5. That's really nice. And they come packaged in this little thing. Really hard to lose these. You also get the charging cable so you can hook up that charging housing. They give you a windage adjustment tool and a screw tool so that it's easy to take on and off when you're on the go. It also comes with this little carrying case / wiping pad. And then it also has a mount for a rail. Pretty cool. A lot of stuff included in that box. The Olight Osight is made of 7075 aluminum. It is cut for RMR, so it's going to fit on a myriad of different pistols that you have. The battery is the cool thing. So not only is it rechargeable, on the lowest setting, it's rated up to 70,000 hours. And then at mode 3, which is what I have it on right now, which is still pretty darn bright, it goes up to 50,000 hours. So you're going to have a couple years worth of this without having to worry about anything, even if you don't recharge the battery. It does have motion sensing. So as soon as you pick it up, the dot turns on. And then after some time, the dot will turn off again. I'm interested to see how that holds up. It's one of those things that I know that people that are against having a red dot on your pistol always say is like with the motion sensor ones, how do you know it's actually going to come on when you need it to come on? And for other companies that are known for their optics, we've begun to trust them because they do come on every single time you move it. SIG, Holosun, you know, those optics come on every time. So it'll be interesting to see how this one performs. Maybe we'll do an update in a couple months just to kind of see how did this thing hold up to steady fire. Did it pop on every single time? You know, that sort of thing. But the best way to put it through a test is to go out and shoot it. So let's go out on the range. Let's get this thing sighted in a little bit, and then let's put some rounds through this gun and see how she performs. What's up, 2A Patriot family? Do you have a hard time making it through the day? Are you busy doing cowboy shit all day long and you need a little pick-me-up? That's why we partnered with Ranch Fuel. This stuff is absolutely delicious. It's made in the great state of Texas, has only 10 calories, no sugar, all natural, 200 milligrams of caffeine, no artificial coloring, and gives you that real cowboy energy you need to get through the day. Go get yourself some at ranchfuel.com. All right, so I made a couple minor adjustments before we even came out here to shoot at the target because I could see that the dot was way far right. So I moved it over a little bit, tried to eye it up with my iron sights as best as I could. But let's put some rounds on paper and just see how she looks right now. I don't think we're anywhere close, if I'm a betting man. All right, so we were a little down and to the right. Made a couple minor adjustments there. Let's see where she ends up now. Still a little far right. So we're gonna make a couple more adjustments and then we should be spot on. All right, I think we are spot on now. So let's throw some lead at steel and see how she runs. There we go. Looking good now. All right, let's run that a little bit more through some more steel and see what happens. I like it a lot. Man, I was pretty impressed by this thing. Didn't lose zero after we dialed it in. Was really quick to adjust and get right. I think my preemptive adjustments probably were a little bit too much, to be honest. I should have just gone out there and shot it without making any adjustments. But then after we did, it was spot on. That light was super bright. Didn't see a whole lot of like bouncing around or distortion or anything like that or flickering. It held up really, really well. We put about, I don't know, I'd say about 150 rounds through it today, and held zero, has no play in it at all. There's no movement. And then as far as battery goes, if we put this back on here, we're still at the same battery that we started the day with, which is about 50%. Overall, I think this is a pretty unique and cool cool optic by Olight here that I don't know that anybody was expecting. Yeah, if I'm rating it on a scale of 1 to 10, at least from what we saw out here, first shots, dialing it in, the whole 9 yards, packaging, the whole thing, I give it a solid 7.5, 8. I can see no real issues with it other than what we talked about before, which is how long will this thing last when recharging? How long will that dot continue to come on during motion activation? You know, that sort of thing. Other than that, you know, really, really nice one-piece machined housing here. The glass is super clear. Like I said, there is a slight tint to it, but nothing that's much different than most optics you see. You know, those of you that have a Trijicon RMR know that those things have a really distinct blue hue to them. This is not anywhere near that, and the edges are super crisp and clean as well. So easy to mount, stable, sturdy. Overall, like I said, 7.5, 8 out of 10. Great freaking optic. All right, guys, that wraps up our review of the Olight Osight. I absolutely enjoyed shooting this thing. It releases today, right now. So go over to Olight's website, check it out, buy one for yourself. I believe they're going to release right in the $200 to $250 mark. Check it out today. Very good optic for that price. Rechargeable. Yeah, just really, really good. If you like what you saw here, or you have any questions about the optic since it hasn't been released yet, leave it in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to get notified every single time we post super cool content just like that, ring that notification bell. Until next time, I'm John from 2A Patriot Ranch.